So with our hinge back on, all we should have to do now to mount our rear door is just to swap over the locking latch, and it should all just button up. It should all work. Here is our latch that we're going to use. So the reason I was going to use this one, reuse it, is because it's got the same key as, I think, the ignition, and it looks like a perfectly serviceable part. So it's got a captive plate on one side and it's got captive studs on the other. But I am going to replace these. So these are the two captive plates that you need. These are well past their sell-by date, so we'll get some new ones out and the new door, and we'll get it put on. Right, so in here, hopefully, we have got a nice galvanised framed swing-away rear door. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it's not fully galvanised, but the top is galvanised, and that will match the rest of our capping, which is perfect. It's got the hole already drilled. Right, I'm really pleased how this is lined up. Obviously you don't have any adjustment, so you're kind of stuck with what you've got, to be honest. That's spot on. Hopefully this is in the right place. No. Okay, so wrong latch. What's important about this is, can you see we've got a hole here? And that's for a slightly different latch. So we've got two choices. We could drill a hole here, and to do that all we have to do is put some grease on here, offer it up into the right position like so, and then literally just drill a hole in there. But I'm now thinking we should go for a different latch, and we can change the barrel over. So we'll go for a latch that just sits in here. So this is an anti-burst lock, and as I said before, it's got two stage. So this one is simply open and shut. You can lock it. It's just a cam lock, look, just to stop it moving. So it's pretty simple stuff, but it will match all the other locks we've got on the vehicle. And as I said before, I have got a plan to make sure we've got better security. But it means I've got to take this off and get a standard one on. So again, we've captive at the back, so this should come off easy enough. If we're lucky, our catch plate will be mounted in the same position with the same holes. That would be nice, but we'll check. Okay, well somehow we're in luck. This is the right fitment. We'll get this on the door first and then we'll see where it lands. So in order to get things to fit, I actually had to cut the lip off this latch that ran off. I mean, it's designed for a series tailgate. Now, I know they're roughly the same size, but obviously the construction's different, tolerances are different, so you know, you've got to allow for that if you're retrofitting classic parts onto a later 110 or Defender. So we just cut that off, and that meant that all the holes lined up perfectly. The only other issue we had is when we took the striker off the back for the anti-burst latch that was originally on the door, we actually had to space it out quite a lot. So can you see there where I've packed it out with washers? So that isn't how we're going to leave it ultimately. Obviously we said this is a test fit, so to test fit everything to make sure it worked properly, we've packed it out with washers. We moved it back as far as we had to, moved it down as much as we could. We've now got a good latch position. You can see there it's good and solid, and it doesn't rattle at all. We haven't got any rubbers on there yet either, and we are going to put some rubber bumpers on the back to make sure that everything's nicely buttoned up, but that will come at a later date. So we obviously, again, we fitted two new plates, those captive plates, the stud captive plates and the nut captive plates, top and bottom, all lined up, went into the same holes. There's enough gap, it's a really nice clearance. You can even see down here, look, the way it's lined up, good bit of clearance there, and I'm really happy with that. The only thing I think we'll struggle with is I don't think we'll be able to use this bracket here, just because this is off center too much, and I'm not bothered. Yeah, it's not necessary because the weight of the door isn't there. It might be nice when we had our swing away wheel carrier, just to sort of locate it, but we'll have a go, we'll have a look and see if we can get that to work. But other than that, Really pleased. Now we haven't set these cappings yet, they're not fixed finally, and that's why there's a difference in the height. That will come, but initially I'm really pleased with how everything has gone on.